Hi everybody, this is Atomic Car Review with Larissa and Igor.
And today our review about 2016 Acura RDX.
Maybe today I will start. I drove this car a couple days and I have already my opinion. It's kind of nervous and a little bit sharp on the road, but in general I really like it because this is Acura. As usual, Acura gives you a great quality of the parts and it's a very reliable car, but in terms of driving style I would not say that I'm a big fan.
I drove a lot first generation of Acura RDX, and what I can tell you is first generation it's a great car. It's a 2.4 liter turbo engine with a lot of power, and what is difference between, for example, current generation and the previous generation, which is first generation, it's a SH all-wheel drive system. They took this system out from this car to reduce the price, to be like more competitive to the cars, but again in this case they reduce a lot of driving styles. My opinion about 2016 Acura RDX, even about this generation, it's the same good opinion as about 2014 or 15 Acura MDX, with the best reliability right now on the market, because after this generation they start to put ZF transmission in MDX and RDX. This car has most reliable Honda's engine which I ever saw. It is a 3.5 liter V6 with 280 horsepower, and Acura's built to 6-speed automatic transmission. Yes, it's a little bit nervous. I would say I would give like by 10-point scale to engineer of Honda maybe just 5 for how they adjust this transmission to the engine, because it's really nervous. But as a reliable car, it's the best car I think right now on the market, because 9-speed automatic transmission which is built by ZF, it's German's car, it's German's transmission, and they already have recall for this transmission. 6-speed automatic transmission with 3.5 liter engine, it's a really good combination. And for example, compared to CR-V, which you can buy for the same price as the base RDX, you will get variable transmission, which would be much smoother compared to this car, but you would equip your car with 2.4 liter engine which is built by Honda. In my opinion, 2.4 liter engine by Honda, which they built after 2013, it's a junk engine, because I saw a lot of them, at least like 30% or maybe 40% of the engine which I saw with 2.4 liter, they eat oil. And even if you call to Honda USA and tell them, hello, my previous Honda never eats so much oil, they said, okay, just 1 quart per 1,000 miles, it's okay. It's the same as German's car. Yeah, it's true, but for Honda it's unusual. That's why I think 6-speed automatic transmission with 3.5 liter engine is the best Acura ever. If you are between fully loaded Honda CR-V or Acura RDX as a base version, one of the nice features which usually have CR-V, it's a fully loaded safety features from Honda. It's watch line assistant, it's blind spot assistant, it's active cruise control. But this is technology package, and Acura has a blind spot assistant. But guys, I would say I not really like the position of this blind spot assistant because of its small interior, for example, compared to Honda Ridgeline or Acura MDX, where they're a little bit far away from you and you don't have to always control your blind spot with your side mirror. In Acura RDX, you're always supposed to check it, because with my side view, I cannot see the sign until I will move my eyes directly to the mirror. My biggest complaint about the driving style of Acura RDX that how this car shifts the gears, and I would say it feels very nervous. Even right now I get the same feeling, and second time for 2 seconds, right? When you go uphill, or for example when you press the brake, it's always play between gears, and it looks like computer always think which gears should I choose, and this add like really nervous style to this car. I would say Acura is supposed to work with this transmission much better to adjust it to make it much smoother ride. Also, Acura engineers try to build something like active suspension without electronics. And for example, what I can tell you, it's really works, but they put 2 different valves inside the shocks, and one of them this valve works on like big bumps, or for example during the hard turn, and another one on the like small surface, but I think on a small bumps the suspension doesn't work well. But in the same time, guys, sports mode on these transmissions work very well, the same as on MDX. When you put your transmission in sports mode, look, your RPM will start to be around 2000, and when you press a gas or accelerator, car goes right away from the first second. And also you can switch gears manually. In this case, you see, it's ultimate driving machine. What are you talking, BMW? Tires, I would say they're more fuel efficient oriented. The size on this car is 235/60/16, which is more comfortable size and I would say more fuel efficient. But if you would like to add some traction to your car, I would recommend you switch the tire size for 255/55/18, which is totally the same size as on Acura MDX previous generation. But for example, if you are Uber driver, or maybe if you wanna buy some winter tires for your car, I would recommend to choose 17-inch rims. I cannot guarantee you 100% that they fit, but 99% they will do. Because for example, my two fingers, it's probably 1 inch. If you stick them between front brake caliper and the rims, you will see that fit totally fine, and I believe you can put 17-inch rims with 17-inch tires, and in this case you can put 235/65/17. 2016 model, which is redesigned version, right now equipped with a LED light as a standard, which you cannot buy even for top of the line CRV equipped only with halogen light. And also this is a technology package car. If you want to buy like top of the line, you also will get the fog light in this case.
In terms of the interior design, it looks like a toy car to me. Really small wheel. I was driving cars with much bigger wheel and I think it's more comfortable for me. In terms of the colors and everything, it looks okay, but to be honest with you guys, I really hate this red button of Acura. As per me, the glove box is really small. For such car, I would be really disappointed if I bought this car. There is the sunglass holder here, which holds pretty big glasses. For example, my Dodge Durango or in Igor's Jaguar, it's really small. This one can fit really big glasses.
Underneath, Acura RDX looks much more simple compared to MDX. And what does it mean? This means that this car is much cheaper to maintain. For example, exhaust system. What usually happens with the Acura exhaust system? Usually, exhaust system totally burn out nuts which hold this exhaust system next to the catalytic converter. And on this car, it's right now much easier to take it out. Tomorrow I have to do complete replacement of exhaust system or 2006 Acura MDX, and for example these nuts which usually burned out on Acura, it's much easier to replace on this car. You see, everything is open. I would say I'm gonna charge owner of this car, in case if it needed, just for 1 hour, which is around 100 bucks. Another thing which I really like about Acura exhaust or Honda exhaust design, that they have back catalytic converter as a separate parts. And for example, usually on Toyota or Nissan, you have to replace whole pipe with a flex pipe in case if you have a hole somewhere here or here with catalytic converter, which makes this exhaust system very expensive to maintain, sometimes even next to the $700. On this car, you just need to replace or catalytic converter or flex pipe. Flex pipe, for example, usually around $200. Catalytic converter could cost you like $400, like $300, and depend on the brand. The brake system is very simple, and I would say it's in case if you need to replace the brake pads and rotors, you would have to pay around $360. Just for brake pads, I would say $140, $180, also depends on the brand. If you ever saw our other review, I told that usually Honda and Acura right now have problem with the oil leak between engine and transmission through the main oil seal, but this car don't have anything. I would say it's really good condition. Usually it's here. Acura RDX built on Honda CR-V platform, and it's a simple platform and a reliable platform, but I would say right now the biggest problem with CR-V and with Acura RDX, it's a bearing on the middle of drive shaft. And for example, if you need to replace it, because sometimes it's very noisy, you have to pay around $1,200. But also you can buy this from internet. Some Chinese, they start to build it, and you have to pay in this case like $400 or $500. Also, it depends what you're gonna find. Anti-rust protection on Acura RDX is the same simple as on any other Acura. Nothing really fancy. I would say only one plastic shield which I see under the car is this one and this one, but again, it's nothing compared to German's car. If you're a person who usually do oil change by yourself for this car or some simple maintenance, this car is definitely your choice. You see, absolutely no plastic shield under the knees, everything is easier. Oil filter here, drain plugs here. If you want to save some money and time, if you don't want to go to any oil place, just do it by yourself. Acura RDX has soft mud shield entire niche, but it's only on the back. On the front it's still regular plastic, which is noisy. The trunk is pretty big for this class. I would say it's a little bit bigger compared to Jeep Cherokee, but maybe a little bit smaller with Honda CR-V. And again, you can get by default here electric power door for your trunk, which is you cannot get in Honda CR-V. But the same bad things that they put button on the top of this trunk lid. And if you have like a lot of back in your hand, it's gonna be inconvenient. You're supposed to do like this. Nice that you can fold the back seat by the handle in your trunk. Yeah, like this. But bad thing is that it's not flat. You see, it's for example, if you're gonna put something like your ski, it's not gonna be completely flat. And also under the trunk floor, it's not much space. I would say maybe you can put just umbrella. Most of the car has much bigger compartment under the trunk floor. Front passenger seat moved all the way back, and even with this kind of position, I still have a couple inches between my knees and the front seats. Also very nice is that Acura provide the almost flat floor, but weird why Acura didn't put as a standard even in the mid-class, I would say, version for technology package heated back seat. I think it's also supposed to be as a standard, at least for mid-class version. Back seats very comfortable, especially because they have a lot of leg room, but weird that Acura didn't put a recliner on the seat, which is they have it, for example, in Honda CR-V, and I think which is totally normal for this kind of class. For example, our reviewed Jeep Cherokee have these features, and these features, I would say I don't care about this. I never recline back seat, but for example, if you have a baby and you wanna let him sleep a little bit, it's easy to recline back of your back seat and let him sleep. Also the same bad position for seat belt on a back seat, which is going from the roof. I think it's eat a lot of your trunk space, but it's not so bad, for example, as on 3-row SUV as Acura RDX. For example, if you need to put something or put somebody on a third row, you're supposed to always disconnect the seat belt from front seat, from second row seat. As a summary, would I buy this car or not? I would say if I have a choice to buy this car as a new, I would say no, because I would buy something, for example, like super soft car as Lincoln MKC, or maybe something more powerful, or maybe more like better ride as BMW. But again, like this car has pretty powerful engine. It's somewhere on between like 2.0 liter turbocharger engine from BMW or Audi, but not so powerful, for example, like Porsche Macan. But Porsche Macan costs much more money. But guys, this car is used. For example, this car we bought last year for I think around $30,000, and this car hold value much better compared, for example, the same Lincoln, which I told you, like Lincoln MKC. And yes, it's a little bit nervous. I would say I don't like the driving style of this car, but reliability is the most important stuff for used car. And Acura is a really good investment, because Acura hold price very well and don't eat a lot of money from your pocket for car maintenance and repair.
If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to our channel, and see you in a few.